Jennings scores a century before Anderson and Onions tear through Notts on day 2 at Trent Bridge. County Championship leaders Nottinghamshire were bowled out for 133 as Lancashire enjoyed the better of the first day at Trent Bridge. Lancashire were 157 for 4 as Jennings and Villas returned to the crease on day 2. The pair started well and found some early boundaries. 23 runs were added before Notts found a breakthrough, Villas the man to depart, Broad with the catch off his own bowling. 4 overs later, Broad had another. Croft, the second man to fall in the morning session, caught behind for 5. Clark and Jennings came together and combined well. Both players increased the run rate with some emphatic boundaries. It didn't take long for Jennings to reach his century, his second of the season, this one coming off 214 balls with 18 boundaries. Clark continued to bat well, but just as lunch was approaching, the pair's stand of 85 was suddenly cut short. Ball the man with the delivery, Fletcher with the catch. Clark gone for 40, the score 281 for 7 at lunch. So it was a positive morning session for Lancashire as Jennings led the way on 111 not out. Notts did make a breakthrough at the other end though, Clark falling just before the break for 40. Lancashire's lead at this stage though a strong 148 with 3 wickets still in hand. Jennings and Bailey didn't fare too well in the afternoon, adding just 20 before the next wicket went down. Bailey was removed for 11 when he was caught behind by Moores off the bowling of ball. Onions was the next man in and batted with intent upon his arrival. But his partner Jennings soon fell victim to Broad. The batsman clean bowled and removed for a brilliant 126. The final stand of Onions and Anderson managing to add another 15 runs before the innings came to an end. Broad found the wicket of Anderson, the ball caught brilliantly by Moores, Lancashire 338 all out. It was a decent innings from the visitors and they now led Notts by 205 runs. Despite Broad finding 4 for 41, the main highlight was Jennings' century. It was a dreadful start for the skipper. Mullaney sent packing for a duck when he was clean bowled by Anderson. And just a few overs later, Onions claimed the wicket of Nash, who was also removed for a duck. Off the very next delivery, Taylor was sent packing, trapped LBW by Onions. Patel and Libby made up the 4th wicket stand with an increasing challenge ahead of them, but they did manage to settle things down for a while. Patel, however, was next to depart. Anderson the man with the wicket as the ball was caught by Davis. Patel out for 16. That brought Vessels to the crease and he combined well with Libby, picking up some early boundaries. And they managed to last through to tea, Notts at this stage 47 for 4. Nottinghamshire would have been glad of the break. Vessels and Libby staging a minor recovery, but brilliant bowling from Anderson and Onions leaving a 158 deficit for Notts going into the evening with just 6 second innings wickets remaining. Libby and Vessels looked comfortable upon their return to the crease, both players contributing boundaries. Vessels collected a valuable 35 runs before he was removed LBW courtesy of Onions. That brought Moores to the crease and he and Libby lasted the last few overs until play was stopped due to rain. Stumps were then called not long afterwards, the score 106 for 5. Despite Libby's unbeaten 38, it was an underwhelming batting display from Notts in their second innings. Credit, however, to the bowlers, Anderson and Onions in the wickets, that kept some big names quiet and removed 3 batsmen for ducks. So Notts trail by 99 with 5 wickets remaining, a far from ideal position for the Division 1 leaders, with play resuming on day 3.